forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, sponsored by AC Designs.
Start off with this look from our First Coast News weather watchers. Got the Goodyear blimp flying overhead there. They just sent that image in here a few minutes ago. Thank you very much, Tracy, for sharing that. Big thing with that, though, is you can see in the background those cirrus clouds that have been out there, really just sitting along this kind of boundary overhead. And even if we zoom right in, actually see some thicker clouds out towards Lake City, maybe in a few drops, but I think most of this is evaporating by the time it hits the ground. Outside of that, though, it is just, well, upper level clouds, beautiful weather, temperatures into the mid to high 80s today. Not quite up to 90, but close enough. And it is going to be still a beautiful evening on tap as the mercury falls after sunset. And we get down into the mid to low 80s here overnight, or excuse me, mid to low 60s, that is, overnight. And you just see here, starting at 7 o'clock after sunset, temperatures drop into the 70s. But just in general, I have the cloudy icons. It mainly is these cirrus clouds out there, which are going to basically act as a blanket and keep us rather mild overnight. In fact, the morning low into the mid 60s here around Duval County. If we look down towards the south, here over towards Clay, Putnam County, temperatures into the mid 60s. Even inland, you might be seeing some early morning fog in some of those low-lying patchy areas, but just in general, it's a mild night. Heading into tomorrow morning, here's a fun little thing. If you find yourself outside at 4:57 a.m., maybe watching Good Morning Jacksonville, the International Space Station is going to be flying overhead for 2 minutes. You can check that out if you look out towards the east-southeast. Really kind of shows that the weather is relatively calm. We're talking about the ISS flying overhead. Tomorrow, we're going to warm up to the 90s. Could be one of the first 90-degree days of 2024. Might want to be hitting up that pool. Even heading into Saturday, I expect it to be just a bit warmer, albeit there could be some rain in southeast Georgia. And let's talk about that, because that's going to be the catalyst to eventually get us some cooler weather. High pressure is dominating right now, but here's that boundary. Now, this is going to settle in this Saturday over towards Sunday. And really across southeast areas of Georgia, we could be looking at a few raindrops. But Jacksonville and a good portion of Florida is going to remain south of that boundary, which is why I have that temperature forecast so warm heading through the weekend. But look at this, Monday, especially Monday morning, I think widespread chances of precip is going to be in the forecast for the entire First Coast as that front dives towards the south, and behind it, relatively cooler temperatures. So I'll get out of the way so you can take a look at this. The balmy weather throughout this weekend, but by Monday we get that rain with the passing front. Tuesday, it's relatively cooler.